Hi guys, welcome to the third part of the subscriber request tutorial video series. In this video, I will show you how I texture out this turtle model in Substance Painter. So let's get started. If you are new to this channel, I post 3D tutorials here on weekly basis, and if that's your sort of thing, please consider subscribing. So here we are in Substance Painter. In the previous parts, we have created this model and unwrapped the UVs in Autodesk Maya. If you haven't checked those yet, please have a look at those videos. The link of the first two parts are provided on the video description. Now let's get started. Now here, I had assigned 4 different materials before exporting out the model from Autodesk Maya. As you can see, this one is for body. This is for the eyes. This one is for the lower part of the shell. And the last one is for the upper shell. Now go to Texture Set Settings and click on Bake Mesh Maps. From here I will turn off ID, and set the output size to 8192. Then click on Bake. After the baking is complete, it's time to start texturing the model. I will start with the body of the turtle. So select the body layer from Texture Set List. Then from Shelf, I will select Human Bumpy Skin Material, then drop it into the Layers panel. Now as you can see, there is this issue happening in the texture over here, because we have a cut here in the UVs. To get rid of this, select the material, then go to Properties, and change the projection to Triplanar Projection. And now you can see that seeming issue is gone from the model. Now then, I will keep the scale of this material to 0.8. And down here I will keep the roughness to 0.7. And then I will change the color to green. Something like this. Now let's add a fill layer on top of this layer, then from Properties panel, I will turn off all the channels, except the color channel. And now I will change the color of this layer. Something like this is looking good. After that, select this layer, and add a black mask over here. Then select Polygon Fill tool, and select UV. And keep the color to white. Then select this part from the model. And after that, I will select a brush from the shelf. And then start painting out these areas. I will turn on symmetry from here, so that whatever I am painting on one side, it will automatically update on the other side as well. Now I will turn off the other parts from Texture Set List, and then continue painting these areas. Now here from the Properties panel, I am using this grayscale channel to blend the color like this. And I am using multiple brushes too, and changing value of the grayscale channel, to smoothly blend out the color. Now let's add one more fill layer on top over here, then turn off all the channels except the color channel. Now I will set the color to something yellowish brown like this. After that I will add a black mask on this layer. And then with the help of brush tool, I will start painting out some of these areas. After that, I will add another fill layer over here on top, and this time I will turn off only metal and roughness channel. Here I will keep the height value to 0.4 for now, and change the color to dark yellowish brown like this. Now I will add a black mask on this layer, and then right-click on this, and select Add Paint. Now if I paint with brush tool, it will give some height information as well. So I will select some different brush, and try to make some random spots on the leg area. And once you are happy with these results, you can go back to the materials properties, and you can adjust the height information, as well as the color information for these spots. And now let's create some wrinkles around these areas. So let's add another fill layer on top of these layers, then remove these channels, except height and normal channel. I will keep the height value to 0.4 for now, and then add a black mask on this layer. Now right-click on this layer, and select Add Fill. Then from Properties panel, click on this gray scale, and search for Creased. Then scroll down here, and under Noise Parameters, I will increase all these values to their maximum. And now come up here, and change this projection to Triplanar Projection. And now select this layer, and press Ctrl G to create a folder. Now select this folder, then add a white mask on this. And now with the help of Brush tool, and utilizing the grayscale value, I will blend the wrinkles with the skin. The textures on these nails are looking quite good with the previous adjustments done for the body. I will just change the color for these. I will add a fill layer on top of these layers, and then turn off all the channels except height and color channel. Now I will keep the roughness level somewhere in the middle, and then keep the color something like this. Then add a black mask on this layer, and after that with the help of Polygon Fill tool, I will select all these nails. Now then, let's texture the eyes. I will turn on this eye layer from Texture Set List. Then add a fill layer over here, and turn off normal and height channels. I will keep the color as white for this layer, and then I will increase the metallic value, and reduce the roughness value to make it little shiny. Now let's add a layer over here. And then I will turn on the symmetry. And then I will keep the color as dark gray, and then with this basic hard brush tool, I will stamp once on the eye. And now let's add another layer on top, and this time I will change the color to a little bit lighter gray. Now I will slightly reduce the size of the brush, and then make a stamp on top of this one. After that, reduce the size of the brush a bit more, then add another layer on top of these layers, change the color to black, and then make a stamp on top of them. Now let's texture the lower shell. From Materials tab, I will select Mortar Wall Material, then drag and drop it on the Layers panel. From Properties panel, I will set the scale to 8. Now then add a fill layer on top of it, and then I will change the color to dark brown like this. I will turn off the metallic channel from here, and then reduce the roughness and height values, something like this. Then add a black mask on this layer. Now right-click on this layer, and select Add Paint. And after that, with the help of Brush tool, I will draw a pattern over here. After that, right-click on this layer, and select Add Filter. Now click on this filter channel, and select Blur. Then I will adjust the value of blur intensity, and see what looks best over here. And now let's texture the upper shell. From Materials tab, I will select Mortar Wall Material, then drag and drop it on the Layers panel. I will set the scale of the material to 10. Then down here under Technical Parameters, I will keep Normal Intensity to 7. Keep the roughness as it is, and then I will change the color of the material to something like this. Now select the layer, and press Ctrl G to put the layer on a folder. Then select this folder, and add a black mask on it. Then with the help of Polygon Fill tool, I will select only this part of the shell. Now on top of this Mortar Wall Material layer, I will add a fill layer over here. I will keep the color of this layer, same as the color of the previous material. Now I will turn off the metallic channel from here. Then set the height value to 1, and roughness value to 0.5 for now. Excellent. Now let's add a black mask on this layer, then right-click on it, and select Add Fill. Now from the shelf, go to Procedurals tab. From here I will select Mesh 2, then drag and drop it on the grayscale channel. Then down here, inside Pattern column, I will increase the tiling to 10. And then from here, I will reduce the opacity of this Mesh 2 layer to 80. Perfect. Now let's add another fill layer on top of these layers. From here I will turn off the metallic channel, and then set the color. Something like this. I will keep the roughness around 0.5, and increase the height to 0.5. Now I will add a black mask on this layer, then right-click on it, and select Add Fill. After that, from Procedurals panel, I will select Hexagon Wave, then drag and drop it on the grayscale channel. Now I will increase the divisions to 6. And then keep the rotation value to 42. I will keep the offset value to -0.02. Now right-click on this Hexagon Wave layer, then select Add Filter. Then click on this filter channel, and then select Blur. I will keep the value of blur intensity to 1.6. And now let's add another fill layer on top of these layers, and then turn off all the channels except normal and height channels. And then add a little bit of height value over here. Now add a black mask on this layer, then right-click on it, and select Add Fill. After that, from Procedurals panel, I will select Moisture Noise, then drag and drop it on the grayscale channel. And then I will increase the scale value quite a bit, to see the noisy texture. Perfect. Let's close this folder, and now I will texture the remaining part of the shell. Let's go to Materials tab, and from here, I will drag and drop this mortar wall material on top of the folder. Now select this layer, and press Ctrl G to put this layer on a folder. Then add a black mask on this folder. And after that, with the help of Polygon Fill tool, I will select these remaining parts of the shell. Now select this material layer, and then I will increase the scale to 5. And then under Technical Parameters, I will keep the normal intensity to 5, and the roughness value around 0.4. I will keep the color a little bit lighter than the top part of the shell. Now add a fill layer on top of this material layer. Then I will turn off the metallic and roughness channel. I will keep the color a little bit dark over here. And after that, add a black mask on this layer. Then right-click on it, and select Add Paint. And after that, I will select the basic hard brush tool. But first, go back to the fill layer, and I will decrease the height value quite a bit. And now select the paint layer, and I will start painting on the shell with the brush tool. Now then, right-click on the paint layer, and select Add Filter. Then click on this filter channel, and select Bevel. Here I will keep the distance value to 0.02, and smoothing value to 0.5. Now right-click on this bevel layer, and select Add Filter. Then click on the filter, and select Blur. Here I will keep the blur intensity to 0.7. Now over here these lines are looking very thick. So I will select the paint layer, change the grayscale color to black, and then paint on these lines to erase them out. After that, I will change the grayscale color to white, then scale down the brush size, and paint on the shell like this. Excellent. Now on top of these layers, I will add another fill layer. Then turn off all these channels, except the color channel. Here I will keep the color little bit dark. After that, I will add a black mask on this layer. Then right-click on it, and select Add Paint. And now with the help of different brush tools, I will paint on these areas. Here I am utilizing the grayscale color to blend out these color textures. Perfect. Now let's add another fill layer on top of these layers. Then I will turn off the metallic and roughness channels. Here I will keep the color slightly lighter than the previous one. And then I will keep the height value somewhere around 0.38. Now let's add a black mask on this layer, and then right-click on it, and select Add Fill. Now let's go to Grunges tab, and here I will select Grunge Wipe Leaky, then drag and drop it on the grayscale channel. Now I will tweak the balance value, and keep it to 0.4. And then tweak the height channel of this material layer. Excellent. Now let's see in the render view, how is it looking? Here I will keep the background as a solid gray color, and then I will adjust the Y value of the ground, so that it touches the feet. This is looking pretty good to me. You can change the lighting setup from here, and see what looks best for you. And this is it for today. It was a subscriber request 3D modeling video series, and it was really very fun to make this model. If you have any other modeling requests you want to see, you can write it on the comments, and I will make those in the upcoming videos. Stay tuned, and I will see you on the next video. So guys, I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications first whenever there is any new video in my channel. Feel free to ask me anything regarding this video in the comments section. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next video.